The federal government is under fire for authorising a costly yet basic rebrand of one of its own agencies. Documents have revealed that the Prime Minister's own department spent $180,000 in taxpayer money to retitle its Net Zero Economy Agency to the Net Zero Economy Authority. The facelift included a written style guide, some social media profiles, an updated website and a meagre logo change. There it is on your screen. For their take, let's bring in WA Opposition Leader Basil Zempilas and Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli. Good morning. Basil.
Good morning.
Was $180,000 well spent here?
Not by the looks of that. No, that's not a case you can build. And you often think if you get the kids to jump on Canva and knock something up for you, it'll be a lot cheaper, probably more effective, probably speak to more people because it'll be more relevant to them, and will have the greater desired effect. And we've got to be really careful, don't we? $180,000 in the grand scheme of things. I mean, for an individual, that is a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, you might go, oh, that's reasonably inexpensive. But it's got to be relevant. It's got to have an impact, and it's got to be worth doing. And I'm not sure in this case it necessarily was just to change one word.
Yeah, gee, you want to be in the... What business is this? You know, is that what do you call that? The person
Marketing?
who does that is it the marketing? Is it the who even does that?
Branding, marketing,
yeah,
all of those sorts of things.
I want that
which,
job, Rosanna.
They are an important part of business, but you have to ask every time that you are spending government money that it is well worth it. That's the pub test here, and I'm not sure that a sleek LinkedIn profile or a new logo is what we should be doing. Let's hope they actually deliver, you know, something that takes us towards net zero and not just hot air on this one.
Yeah, maybe we could. Maybe this, as you say, Basil, it would be good to put it out to, you know, high school students, test their abilities before they get in the workforce, come up with some good ideas.
Well, I tell you what, if you go to that cohort of high school kids who have the technology, Canva or any of the other programs that can do it, they will whip something up for you better, cheaper, faster, and most importantly, more relevant to the target market.
Exactly. Give them something for their classroom, a better aircon, you know, carpet, something.
Yeah.
You could probably ask AI and it might come up with a better logo than that.
Rosanna,
you know.
Gee.
And then we're all out of business, though. No, don't introduce AI on everything, then we're all out of business.
No, OK. Let's move on. The French government is weighing up a decision to ban adults-only hotels and restaurants, warning that no kids-allowed strategies are divisive and even infringing on children's rights. Several holiday venues in France purposely exclude kids because of their unpredictable behaviour. But the senator who introduced the bill to stop this practice says we cannot accept that some people decide they no longer want to tolerate a particular section of the population. Basil, many would say, why not?
Yeah, that's quite correct. Some adults are guilty of unpredictable behaviour too, by the by. Look, I mean, I love being around kids, and a family holiday, I reckon, is the best holiday. I love it. The chaos of it is actually what I enjoy. However, I do respect that some hotels have a adults-only pool, or they might have floors that are adults-only. I certainly hear some of the cruise ships that advertise no kids on those cruise ships, and I think that's fine. If a company wants to market themselves that way and people want to sign up, ultimately the company has the choice which way they go in terms of clientele, and so does the customer. So I don't think it's anti-kids or anti-community or anti-society. I actually think it's just a bit of freedom of choice, and the business and the consumer, ultimately, they have the decision in their hands. Yeah,
the market rules, doesn't it? They'll go out of business if no one's attending the resort or the restaurant. Rosanna, what do you think?
I think, though, you have to draw the line. I mean, what's next? Is it teenagers who play loud playlists, selfie takers, influencers, you know, taking photos of their smashed avo? We need to be tolerant. Where do you draw the line? And do we want to confuse personal preference with policy? I think we need to be careful here if we're going to be tolerant, because then, you know, we ban annoying people on TV, for example. Where do you draw the line?
Who's annoying? OK, don't answer that, people, because we get feedback every day, which is lovely. And finally, Uber has unveiled its annual list of most unique forgotten items left in the car, some of them pretty bizarre. Among them, the list is live fish, a cooked chook, a puppy, half a pair of dentures, a massage table, a sword, a lightsaber, even suspended suspicious amount of belts. Baz, you left anything?
Not belts and not a suspicious amount of them, that's for sure. Phones, keys, and of course sunglasses. Sunglasses all the time. I'm hopeless with sunglasses. Really? So if you're the Uber driver that I last used, can you drop them back here to Channel 7, please?
OK, leaving a live animal. Rosanna, kind of strange.
Yeah, that's strange, but I love that the most unique was actually a mini Steve Irwin doll because, you know, I hope it made its way back here to Australia Zoo.
Yes.
That would be devastating. That's a national treasure right there.
Exactly, to the great state of Queensland. Thank you, guys. See you next week. Here's Sherbo.
Bye-bye.